Hello, my name is Laragh Quinney and I'm Maps Reading Room Manager at the National Library of Scotland. Today I'm going to be helping you discover historic maps and how to find, view and compare these maps on our Map Images website. Historic maps can give us a window into the past. Each map is a snapshot of a location at a particular point in time, and by comparing a sequence of maps, you can trace the growth or the disappearance of settlements. Our historic maps can show the location of civic buildings, including schools, churches, town halls, hospitals, and more. Our maps can help you trace transport networks. Or you can find industrial sites, including mills, factories, and quarries. Maps can help you understand the natural features of an area, such as its rivers and lochs, the coastline, hills and mountains, woodland, and you can see different types of land use, including farmland and parks and gardens. Our largest scale, most detailed maps will allow you to identify individual houses and see how a street develops over time. The National Library of Scotland holds over 2 million maps. Although we have a particular interest in maps of Scotland, our collection is international. We hold detailed Ordnance Survey mapping for all of the British Isles and national mapping for other countries. Our collection includes world maps and atlases. We also have star charts, maps of imaginary places, and much more. And we have a wide range of different types of maps. You'll find battle plans, you'll find town maps, county maps, sea charts, thematic maps from railways to distilleries. We've been digitising the historic maps in our collection for over 20 years, and we now have over 200,000 maps available to view on our Map Images website. I'm now going to provide a quick demonstration of how to find, view and compare these maps online, and you can see the URL for our maps website here, maps.nls.uk. Let's take a look at the home page of the Map Images website. At the top left here, you'll see a navy button, and this provides information on the latest mapping we've added to the website, or new tools and features that we've made available. As you look down the left-hand side, you can see different types, different categories of mapping all listed, and browsing through these is a great way to explore the collection of maps that we've placed online. For example, if we click on Town Plans and Views, you will first get some background information on this collection of maps, and then as you scroll down the page, you'll see an alphabetical list of the towns and cities whose maps we've digitised so far. Let's click on one of these towns. How about Aberdeen as our first example? And when you click on a town name, you'll then see a list of the maps available for that town in date order. Let's start with the first map on the list, the earliest, James Gordon's 1661 Aberdeenshire. And when you click on a map, you will see a thumbnail image and you'll get some of the summary information about that map, including author, title, date, and also details of the size of the map, which will give you the impression of how big some of our historic maps are. If you then click on the thumbnail image, that will load a zoomable version of the image, and you can zoom in and click and drag to explore the historic map of the town. When you've finished viewing the map, you can use the back buttons or go back to the Maps home to find more maps to view. Now, browsing by these categories of maps is a great way to discover the range of maps available on our website. But if you're looking for the largest scale, most detailed maps for a particular location, these were often published as parts of large series where you might have hundreds or thousands of sheets to cover the country. To find the sheets for your particular chosen location, it's easier to either use our map finder or georeference map searches to go in and find maps for your specific location. Let's click on the georeferenced map search first of all. Now, this map viewer allows you to view seamed layers of historic mapping for your place of interest. You can type in a place name in the search box. Let's type Stirling. And when you type in the name, you will see a drop-down list of the places that are the best matches for what you've typed, and you need to choose the most appropriate link. Obviously, some place names will recur multiple times across the country, so do carefully have a look at that list and see what's going to be the best match for you. When you click on the place name, you should find that the mapping loads for that location and that place of interest. Next, you want to choose which historic map overlay you want to view. And you've got drop-down menus here, and take your time, try out different layers of mapping, see what's going to be most relevant for your place of interest. I'm going to choose Scotland, and that will then load the earliest Scottish layer for this location, which is the Roy Military Survey from the mid-18th century. And then I think, let's choose a different layer. How about the Ordnance Survey 25 inch to the mile mapping from around 1900. And I'm just going to zoom in on this mapping layer, and like before, I can then pan around, explore the map, explore historic Stirling, and make my way up the esplanade and find Stirling Castle. When you're looking at these historic map layers, you might want to know more information about the particular map you're looking at. And down here, there's a display map details option. And if you click on that, when you move your mouse around, the details of the map should appear below. So we can see here, for example, that this is Stirlingshire sheet 17.3, which was revised in 1896. You might also feel that you want a bigger area of mapping to fill your screen. If you want that, if you go up to where it says full screen draw and click on that option, and that will change the viewer and you'll see a much bigger area of mapping on your screen. And then you can go back to georeference maps by clicking there. You can also turn the historic mapping layer transparent by using this blue slider button. If you click and drag it to the left, the historic mapping layer will go transparent and you'll see whatever's set as the background map. And you can change the background map by choosing from the drop-down list. Let's pick OpenStreetMap. We can go from the modern mapping to the historic mapping and back again. Other tools available include measurement tools and drawing tools, and you can also alternatively try some of our different viewers. Let's have a look at our side-by-side viewer next. If I click on this, this offers you two side-by-side views of the same location, and you can put different map layers on each. There's a magnifying glass, which brings up our search box. This time, why don't we type in Tanner Row, York? And I'm just going to close the layer boxes so we've got a bit more space to browse. And we can see York Railway Station and explore it in the area around. Again, it's modern satellite imagery that's come up by default. But again, we can choose our mapping layers. Let's pick England and Wales and go for the early town plan of York. And on the right-hand side, let's again choose a different mapping layer. Let's go for the more recent Ordnance Survey town plan from the 1890s. And now, when I click and drag, I can see how the station has changed over the years. I can also turn on the swipe, and that allows me to drag two layers of historic mapping back and forth to compare for that location. Now let's just quickly return to the Maps homepage. This talk is just a very quick introduction to our map collection and website. If you want more information, you can click on the guide to this website to find out more about finding and viewing maps, watch introductory videos, and also see research guides for the historic maps. Or if you go back to our Maps homepage, you can click on the chat option to chat with the Maps team. Or alternatively, give us a phone or email us at maps@nls.uk. I'll be really happy to help you with any queries you have and give you any advice and support you need to explore the historic maps on our website. And I wish you great fun discovering our historic maps.